Good morning, everyone. Well, here it is, Monday, May 3rd, and I am now going to be working 2 days a week at the office. And I couldn't help but remember or realize I did not catch one cold over the winter. I avoided the flu. I avoided COVID, which of course was the whole point of this stay at home. I'm really excited about going back to society, our wondrous society I have missed so much, most of it. There's parts I'm wondering what was I missing, but I guess you have to take the good with the bad. There's no joy if you don't have any darkness. And so I wanted to discuss with everyone a little bit of a conversation I'm having with a friend who, like me, has really been very careful. We shop on Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. when there's hardly anybody out. We do our grocery shopping. I only go out when I absolutely need to, and if I can do it all in my car at a drive-up window or drive-up facility, I'm happy as a pig in a poke. But now that I'm fully vaccinated, the social media tyrants keep telling me I can't keep living in fear. Well, I'm afraid. I am afraid. I'm really more afraid of catching a cold. I'm going to wear my double masks. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to do everything that I'm supposed to do because I really care about my health, and I've always taken care of my health. I am not a person who needs any kind of medication for any health condition, and yet I've had many, many health challenges during my lifetime. Generally speaking, diet and exercise and a good dose of vitamins have kept me healthy over the years, and I'm going to continue that practice. But I cannot help noticing I didn't catch one cold over the winter. And it's basically not because I didn't go outside. I did. I had to shovel my snow. I had to do all kinds of things outdoors. But generally speaking, I wasn't indoors at work every day without a mask on. I wasn't indoors anywhere without a mask. And so I didn't pick up viruses. I didn't pick up bacteria from surfaces and things like this. So now I am thinking about how we used to make fun of my grandfather because he was such a nut about cleanliness. Everything had to be clean. Now, Grandpa was born in 1895, but he served in World War I. They called it the Great War back then. And Grandpa rarely talked about the war. He did talk about his horse once because he really loved his horse. And he wanted to share with us how important his horse was to him. He rode horseback at some point in his career during the Great War. I'm not sure where or when or how. I just remember him talking about how he just really loved his horse. And of course, he grew up with horses because he was born in 1895 and the automobile was coming online, but the family still used horses at the farm and all of that. Grandpa eventually wound up in Chicago because his father and mother moved to Chicago from Minnesota, but they originally were railroad people in Colorado. And so Grandpa had this breadth of experience that I was fortunate to have heard over the years. And one of the things he talked about was Spanish flu. And he mentioned one time that during the Spanish flu, so many people had to learn to be extremely clean. The Spanish flu actually is similar to COVID in that flu is pretty much airborne, but it is something that lands on surfaces and remains. And so it's not really bacterial, it's still viral, but it does land on surfaces and remain longer. Whereas the CDC is telling us with COVID, the surface is important, but it's not half as important as making sure we protect our nose and our mouth and our eyes from from getting the droplets. And so I've been thinking to myself, well, I've got to start returning to work now 2 days a week. I've been going one, and now I have to return to work 2 days a week. And of course, I will be wearing a mask for quite some time. I'm not sure when. But something tells me masks are going to be around for a long time, a very long time.